Good morning. Welcome to another morning broadcast. We had a great start of the week yesterday. GPUS, AIFF, and then later on IVF. So this morning started off kind of slow. We had some things popped up, but they just didn't. They didn't give me what I wanted to see. Then I stepped away, and then we saw FOXO. This one popped up. So. We're gonna jump right into the game plan for this morning, and we'll start off with the big picture, and then we'll zoom into a few individual names. I'll talk about those that popped up on the scan, those that are in play because of a sector or a theme, and then we will see if maybe we'll take some trades today in the pre-market. If not, then we'll hop over to the Zoom and resume there. So if this is your first time, I trade a momentum-based strategy. We're looking for stocks that have strong volume, strong momentum, fresh news catalysts, and that are trending. And we look to scalp, take a piece of that. We show up day to day, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 5 at certain times. But our base hits are just 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5, and we target the momentum stocks. So if you enjoy the stream, please like and subscribe. If you are a returning visitor, thank you for showing up and being here with me. All right. So let's get right to it. And let's start with big picture. All right. So we're looking at, All right. So the market pulled back. I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. All right. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the potential of the market pulling back because of the new headlines, and that's exactly what happened. The market started off ADDQ started off down, and then it actually moved. Started to move up, and then as we got further along in the day. Price started to pull back, and then it gapped down this morning. So we started to see stocks trend. You know, we had good earnings from some of the companies. We had some good headlines around tariffs and China and Trump and Powell, and that assisted the market. But as I've been saying, you know, we're going to take it day by day. I didn't expect a huge rally because the results of the tariffs or the impact of the tariffs have yet to be seen in the data, right? So with that being said, as the market pulls back here, I'd say, you know, look at support levels. Watch your support levels to see. I think this thing locked on me. All right, one second. Let me just restart this. Pow, pow, pow. All right, there we go. I think we should be good now. Okay, there we go. Yep. All right, sometimes you gotta restart. All right, so yeah. All right, so as I was mentioning, no real paradigm shift. You know, all of the, I think we'll continue to fade unless we have positive headlines that help us recover, right? Because overall impact, the tariffs, that data is going to be seen coming up soon, like in the earnings that are being reported, as well as the all of the economic data that will be reported this month, right? So we'll start to see some of that roll in, and because of that, the indices are going to be heavy. But if we get positive headlines like we did last week, those positive headlines or positive earnings from some of the major companies, then that can help us out. Okay, so as I was mentioning, I wouldn't be chasing up, but as we hit support levels, we can look at price action to see if there's a bounce play. But I wouldn't be holding on to anything, looking for new highs to be created unless we have a headline. Okay, unless we have a headline. All right. So if you look at the Nvidias of the world, right? You see they popped and then they started to sell off as they approached, support levels. We can see if they recover VWAP. If not, then we may continue to see selling, right? So I'd say just reactive trading right now, with an understanding that there's a ceiling. They potentially have a ceiling, okay? Unless we have new data coming out. All right. So tomorrow we have the Fed, and that can play a part in what's happening. But overall, we're going to need some positive headlines to come out to turn things around. Okay, so we see that across the board. We're going to see tech. You see PLTR earnings came out. We see SMCI selling off, right? We'll look at Tesla starting to sell. So you're starting to see a trend here, but we're approaching lows. So just be careful here as we hit these support levels. React, see what happens. If they break, we have a strong break to the downside and retest, and ADDQ is down, then we may have more selling. If there is a pop and it holds, then there is room to go back higher. Okay, all right. So we'll see. It's a reactive environment. Bitcoin also selling, and this is all going to be relevant in just a second. I'm going to explain why I'm looking at everything. Okay, all right. So with all this being said, like this sell-off or this retracement, how am I thinking about some of the themes that we've been trading? Like QBTS, this ran up Wednesday, ran up Friday, right? It's sold off. It's following the overall market. It's following tech. Okay. So with that being said, I'm not going to move on these. I have them on watch because as long as it's moving, then it could potentially be in play. So I'm looking for, if there's consolidation and a break to the upside, then I'm looking at opportunities. So these are going to be on watch, but I'm going to rely on the overall the pattern of the overall market, or the bigger players, to see what I'll do on those like QBT, QBTS. So we'll see if they're in play. And then the stocks like Mara, who are moving with Bitcoin, I love to see these big moves. Why? Because it's volatility there, and it may offer us an opportunity to have a large range of buying, right? Like Mara dropped here, then it recovered, and then the next day on Thursday, it gave a big move here. Then on Friday, right? So right now it's moving to the downside, but that's good. That's good. It's just maybe setting up for another leg higher. So I like to see that. Okay. So CEP is also another one that we were trading. It went all the way up from 11 to 60. Now it's back down, low float. So if this bottoms out, then I'll be taking this move back up here, right? So we were trading CEP for a few days, since it was in play. I love the stats on it. It's a really good opportunity. So if that drop happened, if it bottoms out, we have another move higher, then it's a good name to watch. Okay. So QBTS, QUBT, then, as I mentioned, we're looking at the crypto related equities. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about those that popped up on the scan quickly. Okay. So out of all this morning, FOXO was the best opportunity. So I was here right when it popped. I had an urge to chase here, but it hadn't really consolidated much. And then when price pulled out, the bids weren't really stepping up. So just kind of waited. And then I had this line here as like, okay, if we break out to the upside, then I'll take our momentum play here. But it dipped, and then I went on to, doing something real quick before the live. So I actually missed this one right here. This dip right here we saw yesterday in our Zoom call, where you have that dip to get the sellers in below VWAP, then you have that strong recovery, and that's what happened. Recovered, and then it actually broke through the level that I would have taken another opportunity here. So we took some opportunities like this on some stocks like IVF, GPUS yesterday. But yeah, so this was the one. This one right here, this reclaim of VWAP, and then also here, this is one that if you didn't catch it, then that'd be one to take a look at. So we'll see what happens with FOXO. Like with this dip here happening, then what I want to see if we pull back into VWAP, or this range that's been created right here. We have this range that's been created right here. If we are going to, it's kind of choppy it's not really such a strong range. There's a few little levels here. But if we can get outside of this, like a strong break to the upside, then we may have some continuation. Or we have it breaks down, hits VWAP here, then we may have a position there. The stats on FOXO are good. Super high float turnover, low float stock. So I'm gonna keep watching that one. So KTTA, this was one that popped up on the scan, and this was here, pulled back, and it gave a scalp there, and then it gave a breakout. Then it pushed back in here, and it just fell below VWAP, and then it started to sell off. So I have some levels here that, I keep these on watch. As you know, the life cycle of these are that, they'll sell off, but if they don't, like IVF did yesterday, right? We saw a lot of accumulation, and then IVF gave us an opportunity. We were right there to catch it together on our together. So if this pops back up and reclaims, then we may just see it pull on back through and have an opportunity there, right? So I set alarms. I'll go away, and if it gives us something, it gives us something. If not, then it's not. So marine software. This one was a top ticker on the list today on the scanner, but when all the volume started to come in here around 6 or so, started to sell off, and then fell at VWAP, reclaimed, and then fell again, reclaimed. I was here just watching, see if it was going to hold, but it just kind of, every time it popped, there was a heavy ask. That's what it was, a heavy ask every time it would pop. So just a little careful on this one. I mean, the ask was stacked. So this one ended up just selling off as well. So I'll set alarms, as I mentioned. I think it was just a little crowded. It's 2 million volume, 39 million float. 2 million float, 39 million traded. It was just both sides were crowded, but the ask was really heavy. So every time it popped, really heavy. What ticker is this one? This one is MRIN, if you're still talking about that one. So, all right. So there's a few others that popped. GLMD, this one popped up. JFBR. These fall under a few that I don't really trade. So I think some in the group may have caught this right here. I just marked it up. I'm teaching my son how to trade as well. So I marked it up. I was just talking them through some things here. But I didn't, this is one that I don't trade. JFBR and then GLMD here. They both popped up on the scan. So out of the opportunities, KTTA and FOXO, they were the best this morning. And some of the others, they didn't look so well. Some of the confirmations that I saw there. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me check the scan. I mean the chat real quick. GLMD SXTCK. Yep. We're on point. Yusuf. This is by the ticker is cut off on the top of the stream. Okay. That's what's happening. That's why you can't see. All right. Let me fix that real quick. There it goes. All right, gotcha. Thanks for that. I appreciate you. Good looking out. All right. Yeah, so we're a team. So let's see. Smash that like button if you enjoy. FOX just got valued at 23 this morning, which gives it an upside 11. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's why I was looking at it. This initial one here, but as I mentioned, I stepped away on this. I hate that I missed that. But yeah, it looks like a good opportunity, especially if the $11 is expectation, then we definitely want to stick with this one today. Keep an eye on it. Let me see. All right, let's see. What's up, man? What's your favorite thing to trade? These small flows, blue chips, futures. Man, you know what? I really like, as you know, I'm sure you asked the question, so I'm sure you know, the small caps I like that momentum, the momentum style. I really like it. I have different setups for the mid and large cap stocks that I trade, but I really do enjoy the momentum style trading. I enjoy it. I really like earnings plays, so mid and large caps will come after that, after the momentum style. I don't trade futures as much, or the indices. If you had one favorite news source, what would you say? Maybe a difficult question, but I'd love to hear yours. For free, there's one called newsfilter.io. That's a free one. Did MRIN and FX pop on my scan? Yeah, yep. Both of them are the top on the scan right now, and they popped up this morning. All right, just looking at FOXO, REB ran up. You know what? I was looking at REB when it was lower on the scan. Let me see. I think it was only up like 12%. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this was it was lower when I took a look at it earlier. Yeah, but all right. And do you trade shares mostly? Yep, I trade shares, Cameron. What do you think about the absorption on ARAB and then massive run? Where would you have entered this one? I know you don't trade those types of companies though. Yeah, no problem. No, so this is exactly what we talked about here. So I didn't see it, but I can imagine what was happening here when you said absorption. So if it was heavy, if the ask was heavy here at 345, right? And you kept seeing absorption, there's a heavy seller, a big seller there. This is actually what you want to see. You want to start to see it squeezing, and you want to see the tape speeding up and buyers taking the ask, because that means that, you're going to have that and it's going to go your favor. So just because you see large sellers on the ask doesn't mean that it's not going to continue higher. There may just be somebody that's trying to get out of, maybe they bought on the pop here and they're trying to unload that position, but there's still interest, there's still demand for that stock. So what you actually want to see, like if it's being defended and every time it comes to this level, the tape slows down, you don't see a lot of buys on the ask there, then okay, that may not work out. But as it's like the CVD is not the tape, but the CVD, you can use it as a bridge to get there. But yeah, so as it's pushing here, you want to see the tape start to speed up and take the ask in large quantities. That right there is where you want to enter. Now, when we see the strong selling here, but there's absorption right here, there's a buyer right here that's absorbing all of these market orders, these sell orders right here that you see that's happening on the CVD, right? So that's a sign that this thing may continue higher, right there. Somebody's absorbing. So just check out the level 2 and watch it. Let's see, ARAB. So that's a sign right there. Whoever's absorbing all of those market orders right there, they have interest in taking more of the stock. And if they have interest in taking the stock, it's likely that this thing will continue to go higher. They're not going to buy to go for it to go negative. So this right here may be just a quick scalp entry. If it breaks, you see the buyers coming in aggressively from here to here. That could be an entry. Okay. All right. So there's just a few select stocks. I mean, there's 5,000 stocks in the market, and there's just a select few that I don't trade. So that's what it's just certain types, but they're just only probably like a 1%. So day to day, I have enough opportunity. I come from trading indices only, right? So just 3 tickers I probably traded 100 tickers this year already. So all good. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue going. Cameron, do you share? Yeah, momentum and trade shares. Well, that's called CVD. That's interesting. Yeah, cumulative volume delta. Where do I find the tape? The tape is the level 2 and the time and sales together. Okay. So you should have it on your trading platform. I'm not sure which platform you use. If you use Thinkorswim, it has it. Lightspeed, Dash Trader Pro, Sterling Pro, Sterling Trader. If you're using TradingView, they have a version, but it's not really that good. Okay. All right. So Yeah, I'd be using something else if you wanna read the tape. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's get to it. I'm gonna zoom out here. I hope y'all have a great day. Stay disciplined. All you need is one good trade, and then one good trade, and then one good trade. That's what we're just looking for. So don't force anything. If you don't take one good trade all day, then you followed your process, right? If you miss the one good trade, then you didn't, right? So just be patient. Yesterday we were waiting at the open. It was like, okay, things weren't really going to work, but then things popped up. So that's all I do, just wait until the perfect combination of what I need to see appears, and then once it's there, ready to attack. Okay, all right, y'all. So have a great day. Yep, it's the market depth and Lion Rise. I think you just joined our group, so we'll talk about it. I'll answer your questions. Okay. What time do you show up each day to be available for pre-market? Pre-market gets really active at 7 a.m. Eastern. So from 7 a.m. to 9:30, it's active. So I'll try to be there like 30 minutes before, just so I can work on my watch list. All right. Yep. Don't chase. Yep. Yeah. Don't chase. Just wait. It should scream at you. All right. Your setup should scream at you like, okay, take me, trade me. I have all your confirmations. Trade me. Once you have that feeling, you got to go. But if you feel like you're just trying to squeeze something, then that's when you really probably are just trying to make something happen, and we can't make the market do anything. Get ran over. All right. Okay, y'all. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye. Smash that like button on the way out. All right. Later.